Hey guys, this is Steve with Real Progressives. I am in the process of trying to make heads or tails of what to do with concerns that are raised, pretty much on a daily basis. So many of us are talking about how the environment is like such a critical issue, that if we don't solve it like yesterday, if we don't do all these drastic cuts to our own lives, that we're going to bring about the apocalypse and that we're all going to die. And, the climate science is out there. We've seen 97% of the people that have written papers, peer-reviewed papers, have come out saying that climate change is very real, climate science is very real, that the acceleration of the warming is very much exacerbated by human activity, on and on and on. Now, this is like the do not pass go, do not collect 200 kind of catastrophic scenarios, right? So if we're all going to die, if the world is coming to an end, if we are going to be absolutely eviscerated by the effects of climate change and destruction of our environment, where is the equal and opposite response to addressing it? Okay? Now, everything we do on this planet, we can all sit there and we can walk to work, we can ride a bike, we can do whatever. But the reality is that we may be past an event horizon, from what I'm hearing from the people that are really focused on this stuff. But when you tell them, in order to change to green energy, we have to do something drastic. It can't just be a one person here, one person there thing. It's got to be like a national, global shift to green energy. It's got to be dramatic. It can't just be in little drips, or there's going to be a major calamity. So when we get to solutions, every single one of the solutions that brings about green energy accessibly, efficiently, in a useful manner that can be delivered, stored, you name it, everything revolves around how are you going to pay for it. So we've got this dividing line here, folks. You say that the planet's going to die, or it's not going to be inhabitable. Check, I'm with you. Okay, I'm with you. Then you tell me that if we don't take drastic action, that our kids won't have a planet to inhabit, or at least it won't be inhabitable for them. Okay, check, that matters to me. Then when I say, what are we going to do about it? Everybody's got all these like hippie answers. Hey, let's go live in the forest. Hey, let's go do something, really cute and fun. But when I tell you, in order to change this stuff, we've got to change the engines. We've got to change the industries and the way that the smokestacks emit. We've got to change our dams. We got to change our everything to green energy. We got to get rid of coal. We got to get rid of all these things, and we got to go to something that is sustainable and renewable. It costs money. There's a money component there. They're going to require you to spend money. And if you're going to sit there and you're going to say it's a crisis and we're not going to live through it, who gives a shit about money, right? Who cares about debt? Fucking do it. Spend on this shit and make it happen, right? I'm just saying, it doesn't add up. People telling me, well, we got to make sure the rich pay their fair share. I'm like, dude, there won't be a planet here to worry about a fair share. What are you telling me we got to go after the rich for? Let's fucking do it. Let's retrofit every car in America tomorrow. Let's go take everybody and make them take their cars to turn them into like water or battery or electric or whatever. My point is, if this is a real crisis and we need to fix this planet, Then you don't worry about taxing the rich. You don't worry about all this shit. You fucking retrofit everything and get rid of combustible engines. Get rid of anything that is using these petroleum products. And you do whatever it takes to make that happen. Folks, we're not talking about a matter of convenience here. We're talking about our very existence, right? Right? That is what we're talking about, right? Or is it? Because every time I bring up, we've got to pay for this shit, every time I say that we've got to take drastic action, every time I get these people telling me about the fucking private Federal Reserve. That tells me that we're not dealing with real activists. That tells me that we aren't dealing in truth. Somewhere along the lines, we got some bullshit in there. We got a bunch of bullshit going on. If you're going to sit there and you're going to tell me about the dollar collapsing because of the BRICS or this, that, and the other, or because of Libya having some gold thing or Iran having some gold thing, if you're going to tell me that, if you're going to tell me our petrodollar bullshit, these lies, these stupid, worthless lies, okay? If you're going to tell me that, but yet our planet is going to be uninhabitable, and you want me to take you seriously? You want me to take your environmental activism seriously? But yet you sit there and you talk to me about the coming economic collapse and the petrodollar and all this shit. We could freaking pay for this stuff yesterday if you cared about it. You demand it. Instead of sitting there coming up with these whack-a-mole conspiracies, fucking make them pay for it. Make them pay for it. There you go, Rob. Things that make you go, I'm telling you, folks, if it wasn't so fucked up, I would be just out of my mind. Everything costs money. I don't care if you're in some other form of socialism. We're in some new form of economy. We're in a different place. It all takes money. It all takes resources. Even in a socialist society, it takes money and resources. So what the fuck? Tell the truth. Stop lying. Do you want to do you want to stop having to chase the pipelines? Do you want to be able to take showers on a reg? I mean, we're talking right now that we're saying that climate change is brought on by fossil fuels. We're telling them that is the real McCoy. That's the real problem. If that is the real problem, and we're all going to die, think about this. If we're all going to die, and I'm down, man, I am totally about fixing our environment, then it is absolutely time that we sit there and we take over Congress. When I say take over, I'm not talking about vote them in. I'm talking about go into Congress. Millions of us walk through the fucking door and sit down and mean it. Make them pepper spray us. Make them lift us off the ground. Make them drag us through the streets. Whatever it is. If you really believe your kids are not going to inhabit a planet that is inhabitable because you're concerned about fossil fuels and you're concerned about all this stuff, fucking prove it and take over fucking Congress. Sit there and take over fucking Wisconsin Avenue, Independence Avenue, Connecticut Avenue, fucking Georgia Avenue. Sit there with your arms folded and block traffic and don't move. Millions do it. If not, what are you doing? This is how we get them to pay for things, folks. I'm telling you right now. You either mean it or you don't mean it. It's that simple. It's that simple. Stop telling me about the fucking Jewish Federal Reserve. Stop telling me about all this nonsense. Stop telling me about the Rothschilds. Fuck the Rothschilds. Fucking do your job and go sit down in Congress and block them. No catered sit-ins for this one, folks. Go do it. Go do it. I'm here to tell you that we have the money anytime we want. All we do is keystroke it in. There's nothing we can't afford. Every smokestack in the entire United States, we could retrofit with some sort of green energy. Immediately. We have the money. The money's not an issue. We keystroke it. Period. Full stop. So don't tell me you care about the environment and then start throwing Rothschilds at me. Don't tell me you care about the environment and start telling me about the Federal Reserve. Don't you dare fucking ever fucking tell me about the Federal Reserve if you really seriously mean to actually give a fuck about the environment. I don't ever want to hear an end the Fed motherfucking stupid lie again. Fucking make it happen. If you think our kids are not going to have a planet, then fucking make it happen. Don't you get sick of the lies? Don't you get sick of people marching in place, pumping their fists, angry as hell, and doing absolutely nothing? The fucking money is what blocks these things. Stop worrying about soaking the rich. Stop worrying about this fucking bullshit. If the planet's not here, you're not going to have an equal workplace at all. It's not going to matter. We're dead. So if it's a crisis, if it's a fucking crisis, and you really fucking mean it, which I really don't believe, by the way, just so you understand, I don't believe it for a minute. When people tell me about the fucking Federal Reserve and the Rothschilds and George Soros and all the other bullshit, when you tell me that crap, I know that you're not really being real. You're looking for a scapegoat. You're not interested at all in actually saving the planet. Don't tell me anymore. Do not fucking tell me that shit anymore. I can't handle the lies anymore. It's one thing to be gaslit by the MSM. It's another thing to be gaslit by politicians. But God damn it, the activist community fucking telling you that we gotta fucking save the planet, but then they throw the Rothschilds at you? Bullshit, man. Fucking lies. Every bit of it is a fucking farce. It's a lie. Don't fucking tell me anymore about the environment unless you're gonna fucking take care of it. We have plenty of pieces of paper. We have plenty of keystrokes. Don't tell me we don't have the money. If you mean it, force their hand. Force their hand. That's it. I'm Steve with Real Progressives. Have a good night, everybody.